Good morning, my brothers and sisters, and all my friends. This morning we are going to talk about part 6 of our series, India as the Leader of 21st Century. This morning we are going to talk about India as the global teacher, India as the global Guru. And 21st century needs India as the global teacher. We must do all what we could to take advantage of 800 plus million young Indian people, the Indian youth. And they all are very enthusiastic, very intelligent, and very hardworking. And the key to develop the infrastructure of 21st century leadership by India is the human resources. Our nation is blessed with the great human resources. And this is the key to the India's leadership in 21st century. So we must do all what we could to allow our human resources to flourish and spread out all over the globe. We have the potential to send yoga teachers to teach humanity the great science of yoga. And these teachers spreading out to all the countries all over the planet, opening their own schools of yoga, will transform the humanity through the science of yoga. Because once the human mind knows what is best, and once the human mind starts enjoying the deeper peace and wisdom and ananda, the great deep happiness, the real happiness, the human mind will leave away the mundane toys of consumerism, greed and gluttony. It's a natural development of the human mind. So once the human mind knows about, as the great sacred mantra says, know thyself. And yoga is the science of know thyself. And once the human mind comes to know what best is possible through samadhi, through meditation, and through the practice of science of yoga, believe me, the mind which tastes these universal values, these universal constants, that mind will never come back to join the mundane temporal pleasures And this is the best way to transform the human mind and the human society and the humankind on the planet Earth through the science of yoga. So our yoga teachers must spread out all over the planet to teach the science of yoga and train the humanity and perform the divination yajna of the humankind, so the humankind could transcend the lower nature of doubt, dishonesty, tricks, callousness, indifference, cruelty, hatred. All those lower nature attributes will drop down with the help of meditation and samadhi. Because any human mind who experiences just one time in life the state of samadhi, when the dharmakaya, the mind, becomes like a placid lake and the whole nature reflects into our dharmakaya, our peaceful mind. And once the human mind knows about that deep satisfaction and the happiness, it will never go back for the temporal pleasures. So my dear friends, this is called upon, this is required of India to send the teachers of yoga all over the globe to seed the minds and hearts of the humanity. The second is Indian culture, the great Indian dances. Our great Indian dancers, our classical dances, they could open the schools of classical dances along with the contemporary Bollywood dances if somebody is interested. Like there is a trend in Europe today, and I have come across with many schools, even in Torino in Italy, teaching the Bollywood dances. So why not? That's to create the soft power of India. And also, we must send the teachers to teach Sanskrit. There are very many people, many students interested to learn Sanskrit, because Sanskrit could provide the great foundation to the software engineers. And also, the study of Sanskrit language. Sanskrit is not only the language, it is the moral science. It raises the consciousness of a human being towards the cosmic consciousness. All those great emotions are embedded into this language. And I have never come across with anybody who knows Sanskrit or who had been the person who have studied the Sanskrit language as a person of lower nature. They are always higher human beings. The Sanskrit has that power to transform the human heart and mind. So we must send the Sanskrit teachers all over the globe, all over the planet, to transform the humanity and teach the humanity the great Indian values of Bharat Vidya. We cannot separate Sanskrit and Bharat Vidya. The Bharat Vidya is the science of existential and evolutionary wisdom, which will help humanity to transcend the self-consciousness towards the cosmic consciousness. So we have to send Indian teachers of yoga, of classical dances, of Sanskrit language, and also of Bharat Vidya, the science of evolutionary wisdom. And science of Bharat Vidya, this great discipline, prepares a human being, transforms a human being into a divine being. And it walks that human being step by step towards the divine station of existence. That's the power of Bharat Vidya. So we could also send the teachers of Hindi language, because there will be very many people waiting to do business with India from all over the globe, because Indian business potential is still not explored properly. Because as we know, the 80% population lives in the villages. And yet, we are waiting for our engine of rural India to start. And believe me, my friends, the day when the engine of rural India will start creating wealth, India will be number one country, rich country, in 1 decade. We have that potential. All what we need to do is to do the correction of our course, where we are taking our country to. We have to have that vision where we want to take our country, where we want to take India to. And we need to do that. We need to perform this last Aswamedha Yajna for the divination of the humankind, in order to save humanity from self-destruction by the culture of violence. And this is only India which can stop, which can arrest the culture of violence. So the whole humanity and the whole universe is waiting for India to come and take the high seat of leadership of 21st century. And we need to transform the Indian teacher. Indians are natural teachers. You talk to any Indian, and in one breath they can talk philosophy of life, the life skills. They are full of knowledge. I've never come across people who are so intelligent and so keen observers. Everyone is so smart, and they can create, believe me, they can create an ecosystem of global leadership, and they can definitely help India to create the infrastructure of 21st century leadership on earth, and help the humanity to transcend the culture of violence towards the divine human being, the station of divine human being. And India must take this high seat of global teacher. And also, The whole world is waiting for Indian brains, Indian minds, and the great Indian teachers to teach them mathematics. And as long as India is strong in mathematics, they can also be the great teachers of mathematics to the whole humanity. And these are the great strengths of India, the yoga, natural teachers, global teachers, natural teachers of mathematics, the classical Indian dances, the great science of yoga, the great Sanskrit language, along with Bharat Vidya, the science of evolutionary wisdom. My friends, we could definitely create the infrastructure of 21st century leadership by India. And believe me, we are going to do it. We have all the potential. We have all the great human resources. So we are ready to take the next step of leadership of the whole planet. Thank you very much and have a very, very beautiful morning.